What are you doing?
I'm watching that water. Well, what do you think I was doing? Having a wig?
Yeah.
So, welcome to the first video of 2021. Not a nice way to start the year, really, is it? With us two on your screen. No, I am, of course, talking about that pandemic. But yeah, just out on some essential exercise, aren't we?
Yeah, well, that's the plus of the situation, isn't it? You get to come out in the fog and the ice and it looks pretty, if nothing else.
I like to take the miserable stance on things, but yeah, can't camp.
You get to jump in ice puddles, see?
Yeah.
Ice puddles. Muddy ice puddles.
I say, I wish that puddle was about 3 foot deep underneath that. She wouldn't be smiling then, would she?
You was a bit worried it'd be boggy underneath when I did that then.
Dodgy bridge.
Oh yeah, let's go over the dodgy bridge.
You go first.
It's flippy.
See, I'm not climbing that because I know there's a farmer behind me and I don't want to get told off. I was hoping she'd go for a swim then. Look, farmer's over there. And maybe have a play on the way back. So just come for a local walk next to the river today. It's just, you know, it's, what can you do? You can't even stop and have a picnic at the minute without getting a threat of a £200 fine. So just got to keep moving.
Everybody wants to sit down on the frozen ground and have a picnic.
Well, it'd be nice to be able to stop and brew up with like a Kelly kettle or something.
Especially since you got it for your birthday.
I did. But it's nice. The walking along the river's nice. There's some mist and fog in the air. There's birds.
It's
and
pretty, isn't it?
I'm just trying to look on the positive side of like a, you know, crappy start to the year really. But on the plus side, we're still alive. Just so yeah, on we go. Can't believe the amount of water in this river. It's normally half that. We've had a bit of snow and lots of rain around here though, so here's Zoe, look, laying in the snow like an Egypt, doing snow angels. But it's been chilly since New Year's Eve, hasn't it?
It has.
Not had any warm days. Some deer over there, I don't know if you can quite make them out. Running across the field. I really don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but there is.
Yeah, they're so in the mist, aren't they?
There is some deers over there.
So we've seen herons, rabbits and deer so far.
Herons, rabbits and deers, yeah.
That's the animal count.
Yeah, when did we see a rabbit?
You were having a wee and I saw 2 rabbits running across the field. So you didn't see a rabbit, so
Oh.
I win. I see more animals than you. It's your turn to jump in the icy puddle.
I'm not jumping in that. There's ice everywhere though.
Do you know, when you try and talk, my mouth is so frozen, it's like quite difficult.
I've never had you say you've had difficulty in talking before. In the jabber mouth you are.
You're the waffler.
I am the waffler. I have been accused of waffling before. Don't even know if I'm in focus there. So sit back and enjoy this next 30-minute waffle because so while we're on the subject of waffling, obviously we can't go out and camp at the minute, so if you guys have got any questions or any sort of content you'd like us to cover within reason, we're not going to go out and buy £1,000 tent just to review it for you, but you know the sort of thing we mean, then pop it down in the comments below and we'll try our best during L down, which is you know, don't want to say the words because YouTube seems to have a fit when you mention anything to do with what's going on at the minute. But yeah, just stick it down below and we'll see what we can do, won't we?
We will.
Food time. Hope you're not sitting and having a picnic there.
I've been walking.
Keep walking and eat, walk and eat, walk and eat.
If I can ever get into them with my gloves on.
I think I might have a packet of Monster Munch. Right, bought a flask of coffee out. Thank you Zoe for buying me that for, was it my birthday or Christmas? I don't know, they're both.
Remember, they're both so close together, literally a day apart.
Yeah, my birthday's on Christmas Eve, but yeah, hot flask of coffee. I nearly didn't find that in my bag, you know, with it being camo. Hey, did you have the same idea too?
Yeah, well mine's not camo.
Mine's bigger than yours as well.
I know.
Yours is an nickel one.
I know it is.
What's that, like 100 mil?
No, 300 I think.
300?
Yeah, I think it's 300.
Yeah. I'm going to film you drinking it now.
No you're not. Go away.
So we're just walking up the river and we're just seeing something like big and black on the bank, like, I don't know, a good couple of 100 metres up the thing. No idea what it was.
Gareth thinks it's a big cat.
Could be a big cat.
Like as in a puma cat.
I never said that. I just said it could be a big cat. Could be
Well,
like
I meant as opposed to not a domestic cat.
Could be a-
as in a pussy cat.
a pussy cat. Could
Yeah.
be a mancoon. They're big. Don't know. It was huge though. Whatever it was, and it moved quickly off the bank down the other side. So I'm gonna keep. It's not going to eat me because I'm going to throw you in front first. It can eat you while I run off. I don't know what that is, but above them swans is something.
There's a heron.
Is it a heron?
Yeah.
It might have been a heron we saw then.
Yeah.
I was just seeing something. I don't know. Got me.
It's a heron, or maybe it's a tiger. Like a dead end that way and then travel on that way.
I guess we turn around.
Turn back time.
Wonder what that is. You go first.
Yeah. It's like go underneath there.
Yeah, some sort of river goes under the building. No idea why. Old deck chair. No idea. No idea. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Just probably best not to go in there at the minute. Don't want any police attention. Not that we're doing anything wrong, apart from the trespassing part. But we're out now. So with all the ice on the ground and everything's like frozen solid today, Zoe's trying out some new shoes. She's had them for a couple of weeks now from Decathlon. They're how much are the adult ones?
The adult ones are $24.99.
£24.99. Zoe only paid
£14 because I'm in the kids ones.
£14 because she's in kid sizes. But I know some of you watch the channel, your partners or yourself suffer from that Raynaud syndrome where you lose the blood to your fingers and toes. So they're winter insulated boots.
Yeah, they've got like a bit of fur lining on the very top, but the rest of the boot's got fleece lining, which is helping quite a lot actually. It's making a big difference. So
we've probably been out a good 2 or 3 hours now.
Yeah.
What are your feet like?
they're dry and warm, so that's good. My boots are quite wet actually just because of the grass, so it's a good test for them, and the weather's cold, so they're helping a lot really.
So if you're interested in any like low cost sort of warm winter boots for your partner or yourself, then I'm sure Zoe will do a review on them at some point. But
yeah, keep them a bit longer and see how they go, but so far so good.
yeah, it's a good test today. So like there's like literally ice out. Like if I turn around now, you see all the ice on the road. So that's all ice on the side there. It's just not thawing out. It's it's one of those days where it's just not going to get above freezing today. So, and clothing wise, moving on from boots, Snugpack Torrent jackets, very warm jackets. Should have a review out for those after owning them for a year. We'll probably post that next Tuesday, so in about a week or so's time. And soft shell trousers for both of us.
I've got soft shell leggings, but the downside of these is they're not thermal lined, so I've got like isotherm leggings underneath as well.
So if you don't know what soft shell is, it's like a warm, breathable, rainproof sort of fabric, but mine are like fleece lined, so really, really warm. Got them off Amazon. Wasn't too dear, I think it was about 30 quid or something, but been out in the rain and freezing cold today, and you just stay nice and warm. It never used to bother me, my legs getting cold, and it still doesn't, but something I have noticed, if you let your legs get cold, it seems to chill the whole of your body, so a lot more comfortable. I'm like really warm today in this get up. So Zoe's were a bit more expensive at 60 quid, and they're not even fleece lined. She got skanked. About 49 really. But it was the Rab ones you was looking at, that was 60, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, soft shell stuff, love it. It's changed our outdoor lifestyle really. So if you've never had anything soft shell and you like going out in winter and stuff, do check it out. It's not all expensive. These trousers are, I think, 30 quid for a pair of winter hiking trousers is good.
I paid 44 in the end for mine because it had a 10% discount thingy on it.
Yeah, well I paid less, so I get stuffed. Go on then, we'll take the shortcut up the road. You go down first. That's an embankment there. If you could slip over, please.
Too bad.
I'll probably fall now. It's not as nice walking on a road. Feels all hard. Mind you, the ground's pretty hard today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite frozen, isn't it, up there?
It just feels weird being back on the road.
It does.
No idea how many miles we're doing today. I'm going to guess at least 5. What do you think?
About 3.5.
About 3.5.
Easy.
Really? we've got View Ranger running, so just tracking our distance. I'll let you know at the end if I remember.
I always think you can walk loads of miles before it even feels like you've walked loads, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Then you go, oh look, I've walked 7 miles, and you think you've only walked like 4 because it doesn't feel like nothing.
If I've walked 7 miles, I'm normally laid face down in the mud. So I was just discussing these things over there, and I was like, oh, they look like cows. And Zoe says, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. They probably do look a bit like cows. And I thought, yeah, I knew the one when I saw that white square box on the end. And then they started moving, and we're like, I think they are cows.
That sounds like one of them conversations that you have when you're out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does sound like sort of conversation
to drink or something.
when you've been like smoking the wacky packy.
No, we've had none. Don't get any better, do we?
No. Right. Interestingly, well, I don't know if it's interesting to you or not, but I like archaeological stuff. Just here, you've got a row of trees, and I'll just bring you over actually, and a big ditch down there. I don't know how well you can see that. It's hard to pick up contours and stuff, but that's actually called Car Dyke, and it's a 85-mile Roman canal. So it's probably one of the oldest canal systems in the country, to be honest. It's just left there in between the fields. 85-mile stretch that was dug out 2,000 years ago to transport goods up and down the eastern part of the country. So it's, you can see the row of trees up there. It just basically goes in a whole straight line. I'll show you an aerial shot of it, but it's just to think that
it looks really narrow now, doesn't it? Like
yeah, but if you go in those trees, there's a massive dip.
Oh yeah, it's deep.
Yeah, it is deep. Yeah. But you wouldn't know. Just looking at that row of trees, you'd think it was nothing. You wouldn't realise it's 2,000 year old. But it just goes to show it's always worth checking out Google Maps and the history of a place before you go out walking, because you might not know it, but you've probably got some awesome history around where you live and stuff, and people walk by that every day and have no clue what it is or its importance as far as like historical matters go. But like I say, it might not interest you whatsoever, but I like all that history stuff, and it's yeah, probably one of the oldest canal systems in the country. So just thought I'd mention that as we was walking by it. I don't care what you say though, I'm not lobbing a brick at them.
They look all pretty and fluffy.
Yeah, I like swans. Here's a video clip of me being friendly with one on the Norfolk Broads.
It's eating our food.
It did. It was nicking my lunch. I didn't give it much because I didn't want to make it poorly, but it was.
We got to pet it, didn't we?
We did get to pet it. It was nice. Here's the bridge again. We're going over it this time.
Well, I went over it halfway last time.
Halfway? Yeah, but that's not all the way.
Well,
They're rotten.
no, they seem quite secure apart from the wobbly one. They were just slippy.
Seem quite secure until I fall through it. Right, I think I'm going to go for it then.
Obviously that one's a bit broken.
Yeah, that one's rotten. I better not fall in.
This is the wobbly one.
Hang on. Yeah, lovely. I'm holding on to the side, and then if the worst should happen.
I think this one's wobbly.
Righto. This is proper dodgy. Why am I coming over here, look?
Oh!
Don't fall in there.
A bit wobbly.
Jump. Feel like I'm in Indiana Jones or something.
That one's wobbly too.
Ooh, creaking sound.
It's all good.
It's not all good. Why do we do these things?
I like the way they only roped it at one end to stop you going, and then this end no rope.
No, not crossing back over.
Maybe not.
Probably not. I don't know. Do you want to?
I don't mind.
Oh man.
It depends, can we get back that way?
Well, you can go back that way, but that's not an official public footpath.
That means there'll be a hedge halfway along in the way then. That's what happens sometimes.
Oh, come on then. God's sake. You should stand near the edge. Why? Because if you stand in the middle, that's where it's most likely to break. Because of the the lateral force, or whatever you want to call it. Someone will correct me on that.
I
But
don't weigh 30 stone, you know.
I didn't say you weighed 30 stones. But look at the state of these. Well, there's a bit of excitement for the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
has to be done.
it does. A proper state that thing is. One day it's going to go. Probably with me on it. Quick, I think the farmer's coming. Another bridge.
It's got no safety rail.
Jump. So, right, so this down here is a moat. A moat. And this behind us, just there, is a 14th century castle. Now, if you imagine 4 turrets the same as that made up the castle, so only one of the turrets is still left. 77 foot high. That side is a chapel that has been rebuilt. That was originally an 11th century chapel. Apparently the remains are still kicking about somewhere, but that was rebuilt.
And this here is a prince.
Yeah, I'm the prince. But yeah, that's one corner of a big ass castle. So from the 1300s, which is the 14th century. So yeah, a lot of history around our area. And this is an old artifact here as well. Yeah, I'd love to camp in that. Wouldn't that make an awesome camp? Camping in a tower of a castle. So anyway, I think that concludes our walk for today. I thought we'd just bring you out. Remember, if you've got any suggestions of content you'd like us to cover within reason.
We'll just ignore the ones we don't like and pick the ones we like.
Yeah, but it's nice to get out and stretch your legs. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.